This lecture will be cover the topic of solid and fluid, and there will be two parts, and we will cover the second part in the next week lecture. The four states of matter refer to the distinct forms in which matter exists, and all of these states are actually observable in everyday's life, and this matter can exist in the states of solid, liquids, gases, or plasma. These four states are distinguished by the arrangement of the particles and behaviors of the particles. And what do we mean by particles? These particles are the basic building blocks of the matters. And particles can include such as atoms, molecules, or ions, and all of these particles are actually exist within the matter. The arrangement of particles refer to the physical positioning of all the particles such as atoms that is relative to each other in the substance. In solids, the particles, as we mentioned previously, particles can be atoms or molecules, are arranged in a tightly and fixed orderly patterns. Whereas in liquids, the arrangement of the particles is more random and less fixed. This behavior allows all of these particles to free move or flow. In gases, the arrangement of the particle is very dispersed, where all the particles are actually far apart from each other. Behavior of particles, on the other hand, it describes how the particles interact, move, and change their positions over time. In solid, the behavior is characterized by the vibrations of the particles around a fixed point. In liquids, the particles can slide past each other and are free to move. These properties is the reason why liquids can take the shape of their container. In gases, particles can move rapidly and independently of one another, and lead to the behaviors that fill any container into which the gas is introduced. Plasma, on the other hand, its behavior includes not only the free movement as what we have seen in gases, but also the interactions of the particles due to the charged nature of its particles. And these lead to the collective behaviors that is influenced by the electric and magnetic fields. In solids, atoms or molecules are closely packed together, usually in a well-organized pattern. The particles do not have much freedom to move around, and they can only vibrate in place. This rigidity gives solids their definite shapes and volumes. The intermolecular forces in liquids are weaker than in solids. This allows the particles to move past one another, but still strong enough to keep most of the particles in close contact. This gives liquid a definite volumes like solid, but they do not have a definite shapes. Instead, they take the shape of their container. In a gaseous state, particles are much farther apart than in solid or liquid, and the particles can move freely. Gases have neither a fixed shape nor a fixed volume, but they can expand to fill the volume of whatever container they are in. As we can see in this animation, the particles in a gas are actually in a constant move, and they are moving at a high speed, and they are actually colliding with each other and the wall of their container. As we will see later throughout this slide, this collision and the high-speed movement of the particle actually account for the pressure exerted by gases. Plasma is often considered the fourth state of matter. It is similar to gas, but with an important difference. That is, the particles are ionized. In plasma, atoms have some or all of their outer electron removed, resulting in a soup of ions and electrons. This ionization allows plasma to conduct electricity and generate magnetic fields. But where can we find plasma? The sun is an example of star in its plasma state. Another example is aurora, which is the northern light.